Hey, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode. Now, today's podcast episode, I want to talk about a topic that you'll need to overcome on the way to building a passion business. What's that topic? It's comfort zones, and it's you getting outside your comfort zone. Now, I'm sure you know what a comfort zone is, but to probably break it down into its basics, it's where you are right now and where I am right now. Because even though you mightn't like where you are right now, there is a part of you that does like where you are. Because it's safe, you're not taking any risks, there's no pressure, and it's just nice and comfy. You're not putting yourself out, you're not stressing yourself out. And even though maybe a part of you isn't happy with where you are right now, you need to realize that it must be benefiting you to stay where you are. And the reason it's benefiting you to stay where you are is because it's comfortable. It's not asking too much of you. Now, if you want to get outside your comfort zone, you have to realize that you need to change the mix. You need to do something different today. You know, it's like baking a cake. If I put the same ingredients in, I'm going to get the same cake on the other side. And it's going to be the same with your day as well too. That if you want something different, you're going to have to throw in a new ingredient. And that new ingredient is going to be something that's going to be different than before. And sometimes when we do something that's different than before, the alarm bells start going off. The little monkey chatter in your head tells you, don't do it. It's scary. It's not going to work out. People are going to laugh at you. And you're wasting your time. And what I want you to do is I want you to retreat back into your little bunker, your little safe space, the place that you go every single day. Now you need to know that whatever you're looking to achieve, this passion business, this fame, this fortune, this social media following, all the money is on the other side of your comfort zone. And the reason I know that is because if it wasn't, you'd already have it. You'd already have the fame, the followers, the money. But because you don't have that, that means it's outside what you're doing. So what you need to do is you need to have a look at what you're doing and you need to make changes to bring yourself to where you want to go. You know, it'd be lovely if the fame came to us, the money came to us, the followers came to us. But you're going to find that they're not going to come to you. You have to go to them. You have to stretch yourself. You have to take actions that, are uncomfortable to get to where you want to get to. Now, why should you break out of your comfort zone? Well, there's a good reason. It's great for building your confidence. Because the more you push yourself, the more you stretch yourself, the more you realize that there's more to you than what you seem. When I go back to, when I wrote my first Kindle book, I was scared witless of hitting the publish button. I had the book written. It was in my little safe space on the hard drive of my laptop. And I could leave it there all the time. I could read through that book and, I wasn't being stressed out because no one else had read it. But as soon as I hit the publish button, as soon as that book was published on the Kindle store, suddenly it was out of my control. And that was a scary moment for me because at that moment, people all over the world could read my words, could have a look at the book, could mock me, could laugh me, and maybe the book might flop. And that was a scary moment for me because I was taking a step outside my comfort zone. Now, I'm glad I had the courage to hit the publish button because that built confidence in me. Suddenly I wasn't Barry who was stacking shelves at night. Suddenly I was Barry who was an author and who was a published author. And as the reviews came back and the people started to like my books, it built confidence in me. And you're going to find that's a good reason why you need to get outside your comfort zone is to feel good about yourself. Again, it would be great if someone would just give us a magic formula that we could drink and we would be just filled with confidence. But confidence actually is built up inside and then comes out through us. It's not something that we can actually take externally and kind of wash all over ourselves. It's something that comes out through us. And by you taking the actions outside your comfort zone, it's going to make you feel better about yourself. And when you think about it, the reason we came into this world and this life was to grow. Because if you look back at your life, you've grown a lot since you were a baby. You learned how to walk, you learned how to talk, you learned how to ride a bike, you learned how to draw, write, sing, whatever. But you learned all those different things. And the reason you did all those was because you wanted to grow. And if you didn't, well, right now you would be just sitting in the corner, not able to walk, not able to talk, not able to take care of yourself, sitting with a big diaper on yourself. But the fact that you went through all those different stages means that in your core, you want to grow. And you're going to find that the more you push yourself and the more you grow, the more you're going to feel better about yourself. Because that is what we are here to do, is to grow, to experience things, to take on challenges. And then when we take on challenges, then we look for another challenge. Because we always want to be better than we are. Not that there's anything wrong with us right now, but we just want to see what more can we do. And the more you step outside your comfort zone, it's going to build that belief, that good feeling in yourself and your confidence. Now you're going to find that, and something that we forget, is that when you get outside your comfort zone, when you take an action you've never done before, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. We don't like to hear that. We like to think that, well, if I get outside my comfort zone, it's going to be easy. I'm going to find the first attempt of me maybe recording a video or, writing a book or whatever is going to be easy. And we would love that to be the case, but it's not. And what we do, again, going back to our childhood, we forget all the tough moments we went through in the past. We forget all the times we fell over, got back up on our feet and tried to walk. We forget all the times we tried to, say words, bring out something that somebody would understand us. We forget how tough it was. But the more we stood up on our feet and kind of controlled our balance, we got to walk. And then it got easier. But it was always tough at the start until it got easier. You're never going to find that something you're about to do is going to go from easy to tough. Why would you do something if it was going to be easy and then it was going to get tougher and tougher as you went along? Wouldn't it make more sense to do something that's tough, and the more times you do it, again and again and again, it gets easier and easier and easier. And the reason it gets easier and easier and easier is because it becomes part of you. Again, looking at these videos here, in the beginning, these videos were really tough for me. It took me a long time to record a video over and over and over and over again until I was happy with my first video, and then I put it out there. Now in day 2, it was still tough. Day 3, it was still tough. And that went on for weeks. But over time, I gradually got more confidence in myself. I started to feel more confident in camera. I didn't panic as much, and I didn't kind of hover my finger over the record button for 10 minutes before I switched it on. I found I was switching it on a lot quicker, and I was feeling more confident on camera. And that's because, as it was tough in the beginning, it got easier and easier and easier and easier. And that's what I want you to make you aware of, that getting outside your comfort zone is going to be tough. But it's always been that way with your life. It was tough to ride a bike in the beginning until it got easy. It was tough to drive a car in the beginning until it got easy. It was probably tough in the job that you're in right now, but right now you've probably been doing it for years, and now it's easy. You don't even think about it. So be aware of that it's going to be tough in the beginning. It's going to be a challenge. You're going to question if you're able to do it. But you need to remember that even though it's tough, there will be a point where it will gradually get easier and it'll become part of your day. That action will just be like falling out of bed. Right now I don't even think about turning on the video here. I just switch it on, have a couple of notes at the side of the phone, and then I just talk to you because it got so easy for me. Now, you're going to find as well too that when you're going through your comfort zone, this was something that I had mentioned in a previous episode, is that you're going to change. And sometimes that change could be a change that other people around you don't like. Because, again, as I said in the previous episode, sometimes people don't want us to change. Because as we change, and as we expand, and as we get outside our comfort zone, and as we take new actions, and as we get new results, those people around us sometimes have to question their own lives. I've grown up with this person and there's them now with this huge social media following. I live with that person and now they are making a fortune on TikTok or YouTube, or, they've got a whole thing of digital products and people are sending them money, 24/7. And sometimes the people around us, when we do those things, when we get outside our comfort zone and, do those different activities, sometimes they have to look at their own lives and question their own lives and question why they aren't getting outside their comfort zone. And sometimes you might find those people around you are going to try and claw onto you and try and pull you back. You're almost like those, the crabs in the boiling water. They don't want you to escape from it. They would rather have you down in the boiling water with them than allow you to get free. So be aware of that too. When you do get outside your comfort zone, sometimes when we maybe get a little bit disheartened, sometimes we might maybe ask for maybe a little bit of help from our family or friends or people that we thought would support us. And sometimes you might find that maybe they mightn't want us to change. They mightn't want us to stretch. Because as I said, it's got nothing to do with us. It's got more to do with them. So be aware of that when you get outside your comfort zone, that not everybody wants you to get to where you want to get to. Now, you're going to find as well too that when you get outside your comfort zone, and this is something that I discovered about myself, you'll realize, something? I haven't even scratched the surface. I didn't realize I could do all those things. Going back to me years ago, I didn't think I could write fiction books. I didn't think I could write non-fiction books. I didn't think I could create digital products. I didn't think I could create videos for YouTube. I didn't think I could have a podcast. I didn't think all of that was in me. But because I've got outside my comfort zone, I have put all those things now in my tool bag. Those are all things that I know that I can do. But at one point in my life, I didn't realize those things were there. I just assumed, like we all do, that we're just us. We're just a bog standard person that just goes to a 9-to-5 job, that there's nothing fancy about you. But when you start getting outside your comfort zone, you'll start realizing, something? If I could write a fiction book, well, how about having a podcast? Or if I could maybe write blog posts, why can't I create a digital product? And by stretching yourself, what you're doing is you are actually, discovering more things about yourself. Because you don't realize it, like I didn't, that there are a lot of skills, talents in you right now that you're not going to discover until you actually take action and get outside your comfort zone. Because, as I said, it's only when we step outside our comfort zone that we realize all the different things that are out there beyond us. The followers, the money, the skills, the talents, all the things that we have inside us. And when you stay in your little safe space, in your little circle, you're never going to find those. You're never going to realize what you have. You're just going to think yourself, I'm just a bog standard person. Now, I'd love to give you, 10 things you need to do, get outside your comfort zone. I'm sure if you go to Google right now and you type it in, I'm sure there's a video, there's a blog post that's telling you all the different things you need to do, all the steps you need to do to get outside your comfort zone. And while that's all good and well, a lot of us will just read that content or watch that videos and feel that we're making progress. But you're not making progress of getting outside your comfort zone until you actually take the action to get outside your comfort zone. It's like buying books on time management. How can I manage my time? How can I manage it? And people buy loads of books and they watch loads of videos and they do everything to manage their time, but they don't actually put all that knowledge into action. And I don't want to give you knowledge that you're just going to go, oh yeah, that's great, I must remember that. Because you're going to find that, like ripping off a band-aid, you need to do things right now that are beyond you. And even if you don't believe in yourself, even if you don't have the confidence, even though you don't think it's going to work out, you need to do it. You need to, like the bungee jump. You just don't even need to think about it. You just need to jump off and see what happens next. Because that's what I found, is that if someone had told me, well, Barry, these are all the different things you need to do to get outside your comfort zone to publish your book, I still wouldn't have that book published. I would read through those 10 tips and say, yes, I must put them into action. But really, the only way to get outside a comfort zone is to get outside a comfort zone, is to take actions that aren't comfortable. And what you're going to find is, like I said earlier, you're going to find they're tough. And you're going to find that it's going to get easier over time the more times you do it. And the quicker and the more rapidly you do that same thing over and over again, you're going to find it's going to get a lot easier a lot sooner. I could record maybe one video right now and I could say, well, it's tough to record a video. And then I might wait till next week. And then I'll wait until the next week to do another video. And by the end of the year, I would have 52 videos. Now, maybe by the end of the year, I might have a little bit more confidence in myself. It mightn't be as tough as it was in the beginning. But what if I recorded one video every day? Now, do you think would I need to wait 52 videos for it to become a lot easier? So that's what I want you to think about, is that when you get outside your comfort zone, whatever actions you're taking, try and take them consistently, and try and take them, as quickly as you can, because the more you do it, the easier it's going to become, and the more your little comfort zone is going to expand. And you're going to find that the things that are difficult then are going to be easier because they have become part of your daily thing. You're going to find that the actions you're taking then, are going to expand. And like throwing in a new ingredient, you are going to be cooking a different cake. You're going to get different results in your day. So keep that in mind today as you are looking to build this passion business, is that if you want it, it's outside where you are right now. It's outside the actions. It's outside the belief that you have in yourself. And you need to take a step into the unknown for it to come to you. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. If you have any thoughts or comments, please feel free to leave them, and have a lovely day. Take care. Bye-bye.